Hey everybody, hope your week is going well so far. And I wanted to step on here for a moment and introduce week 3 to you and discuss the things that you will be working on for this week. So we have two kind of major changes going on right now that will prepare you for the rest of the semester. So the first week and a half was an introduction to the class, the discussion board, and how to engage with these specific texts. We use shorter texts and shorter writing assignments in order to do so. For this week, we're starting on a longer reading assignment and a longer writing assignment. I want to talk about both of those in the course of this video. So for first things, the longer reading assignment. So we're moving into, for the next 2 weeks, the Old English heroic epic Beowulf. And rather than having a lecture video, there's this great documentary that the BBC put out a few years ago. It's about an hour long, and it's on Blackboard, posted in the For This Week section. It'll click through and it'll take you there. And what it does is really explain not just the text itself, but also that the culture that surrounds the text, and that informs how the author is approaching his goal here. And then it deals with things like, what is this Old English culture, this sort of Norse Viking influenced culture that's coming in with the Anglo-Saxons, and what important religious elements are at play here, as well as how do we define things like the heroes and the villains and things like that. And so that video is there for you to view. I hope that you will take a look at it. And then you've got reading notes for the first part of Beowulf, where we're going to deal with the first two major battles of Beowulf's career as that is printed in this text. The first is with Grendel, and then with Grendel's mother. And then next week we're going to look at the back section of the text, where we have this very quick fast forward in Beowulf's career to where he becomes king and then faces off with the dragon. But that's for next week. So that's where our focus is going for this week. The other major change that you're going to have is with the discussion board post, where thus far in the first 5 posts I've asked for small hits, basically, that are growing in complexity, to where in discussion post 5 I ask you to speculate on some of the big picture things we've been discussing. So for this week and for the rest of the discussion board assignments, you only have one due at the end of every week. It's due by Friday at 8 p.m. and then you will be required to comment on one of your classmates' posts by Saturday at 8 p.m. So each initial post should be about 300 words, which is about a single space or a single page double spaced in Microsoft Word or the word processing software. So if you wanted to type that and put that into the prompt, that would be exactly what you needed to do. And then go and comment on another classmate's post. Now, I've posted a couple of examples. One, a post that does the job well, and two, a post that does not, on Blackboard. And you'll see it in a section called Examples and Grading Rubric for Discussion Posts. And that includes these examples as well as the criteria that I'm using to evaluate these posts. And so just a reminder of the shift you're making. You're going from a lot of small written assignments to one larger assignment that's due every week. And that's intended because as much as I like the approach of having these small assignments, you really need that many words to fully answer some of these deep thinking, critical questions that we're asking, right? And sometimes you might need even a little bit more than that in order to grow in your abilities as a literary analyst, is to really engage with this thought. But the same rules are going to apply to the things that you've been practicing thus far. You need to build your discussion post around a central thought. What's the one thing that you want to prove in your writing post? And then say that specific thing. Open your paragraph with, this is the point, right? Beowulf is a good hero or a strong hero, or Hrothgar should be considered a good king because blank. And then you can explain using examples from the text and explanations, right? And there you'll notice that on Blackboard there's also a link to a helpful website by one of our professors here at AUM, Dr. Evans, that talks about the SEAL method, which explains how you can integrate these quotes into your overall perspective. If you don't quote, your analysis will be too broad. if you don't include explanations, you won't be letting the reader, me in this case, or other classmates, go on the journey with you through the topic that you're pointing out through the end of the post. So go ahead and get started on that as soon as possible. And again, you've got those examples there. But as always, if you have issues with the text, the writing assignment, or anything like that, feel free to shoot me an email and we can talk about it as much as necessary to get you going there. I know we have a lot of little assignments. I'll have those back to you by Monday or Tuesday. I'm working on getting those finished up now and giving you feedback throughout those. So what's important is as you see those come across and as you go and review those grades, make sure you click on my comments and view them, because those are the suggestions that are going to help you grow as writers as we progress through the semester. I'm here for you if you have any questions or concerns. So feel free, shoot me an email, and I look forward to reading your work this week. I hope you enjoy the text. That's really a fun one. Take care.